Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of GGS. We've just finished talking to Vortex and learned that Susato is heading back to Japan tomorrow because something happened to her father. It's kind of urgent. Oh, I don't need to examine anything. We're heading to the detention center now, again, once more, to see Gina, because Susato wants to say goodbye. Quote-unquote goodbye. I'm pretty sure she has more other words to say to her. It's the same day, unspecified time, the detention center, the solitary confinement cell number 13. Oh! Hey, Gina-san, we're back. Every time. I could be eating like a chip right now while she's doing that, or two. What are you doing here? She always loads those shells in there so conscientiously before she points that thing at us.
I wonder if I should work on improving the shell loading process a little more.
I think you should. It's a little slow, man.
Anyway, no matter how many times you come back, I don't have anything else to say. Gina-sama, may I say just one thing?
What?
I have come to bid you farewell.
Huh?
Farewell? It's been decided that I shall return to Japan tomorrow. I'll likely never see you again.
I see. Not in this one, but we'll see you again in GGS too, right? Right? Yes.
I've met many people here in London and made so many memories. But I suppose at this rate, tomorrow, I'll have to say goodbye to Iris-sama with that sad look still on her face. Susato-chan. What? Why would I care about any of that? Iris-sama and Naruhodō-sama both believe in you. And yet, you say that you don't believe in them. That's right! You got a problem with that? I simply don't want to see the two of them looking so sad. All because of you. Because of me? Yes. So I have just one request, from me to you. Right here, right now. I appreciate it if you would not betray their trust. Huh? If you do, you'll likely be completely and utterly alone. So, just what are you telling me to do? Everyone lies, no matter who they are, if that's what you believe. Then please, prove it! Prove your own lie!
Oh shit! You go, Susato!
Jeannie, you said that earlier, didn't you? That you were the biggest and most unforgivable liar there was. It seems that we need to hear more about the true story behind that claim. This is my final request to you as a legal aid. But...
Shot down by Susato. Oh my god, Susato's the best. Ah, the best assistant. For Gina-san to feel this guilty about her lie. Could it be about what happened 2 months ago in that trial? In that trial when Mr. Kazumi Mangodal was declared not guilty. The mysterious murder that occurred on the omnibus. You were called to testify as the prosecution's witness, weren't you? Yeah, that's right. During that trial, I told a lie, an outrageously huge one. Could you tell us a little more about it? I knew it! Something was really fishy about the whole thing. Let's talk to her. The trial of 2 months ago.
It happened about 2 months ago. I was summoned by the police and dragged onto the witness stand.
And because of your testimony, Mango-san was declared not guilty.
I actually told several lies that day.
So I was right.
What sort of lies might those be? It was true that I was hiding on the omnibus that night. I was in the compartment under the seat. It was pitch black and I couldn't see a thing. That's when I heard a loud noise, like someone collapsing.
And then you were found by Mango-san, right?
Yeah. I was dragged out of the compartment and made to sit next to the dead man. It was dark in that carriage, and at some point, I got the dead man's blood on both my hands. I was so scared, I couldn't make a sound.
Blood on both your hands?
So that would mean that night,
the person the witnesses saw through the skylight really was Gina-san.
And then Mango-sama began asking you various questions, right? About yourself, and the reason you were hiding in the carriage. Yeah, but not just that.
What do you mean?
I was threatened by Mango-doll.
Threatened?
The things I had seen and heard in that carriage, and the things that he did after the murder was discovered. He said I wasn't allowed to talk about it to anyone. He told me that if I kept it all a secret, he'd let me get away.
Please, tell me about all those secrets. The things you saw and heard. All of it. Whoa, new stuff! Hold 3 new stuff! What you saw! So when you say you saw things that night, you were hiding in the compartment under the seat the whole time, right?
And on top of that, Mango-sama was sitting on that seat, so... That's true, but when I heard the man collapse, I let a little scream slip out. My arms were grabbed and I was dragged out of the compartment, and that's when I saw it. Next to that unfamiliar old man was lying on the floor. There was a beautiful disc sparkling in the light. A disc?
So was that...
Yeah, it was the one the detective confiscated at the pawn shop yesterday.
So a music box disc was lying on the floor of the carriage.
That Mango-doll bloke noticed it right away, and hurriedly scooped it up and stuffed it in his coat pocket.
In other words, that disc was on the omnibus when the murder happened there 2 months ago.
He told me, you better keep your mouth shut about that. That's what Mango-doll said.
What you heard.
It was pitch black in that compartment on the omnibus, so I was listening closely the whole time. As I was listening, I heard someone get into the carriage.
That was Mango-san getting on alone, right?
No, he wasn't alone.
Eh?
What I heard was 2 sets of footsteps. Mango-sama and the victim. That's the natural assumption to make.
She's right. The mason, Mortar-san, huh?
During the trial, Mango-sama testified the following. I always fall asleep when I'm riding in a carriage. And your testimony confirmed that, Gina-sama. All I could hear was this old man snoring. That wasn't true. None of them were sleeping in that carriage. They were talking the whole time, in soft voices.
What? What on earth were they talking about?
I don't know. I couldn't hear very well over the sound of the carriage. But this makes it clear. Mangeldal-sama and the victim knew each other.
Shit. So Naruhodō's first trial in England ended up being a false verdict. Good times! So, Mr. Mangeldal really was lying. After the murder was discovered,
that man died in the carriage, so we knew it would be discovered right away. Indeed, the two passengers sitting on the upper deck noticed it immediately. When the carriage stopped, Mangeldal hid me in the compartment again. Then, the two passengers on the upper deck ran to call the police in a panic.
And they were Fairplay-san and Lady First-san, right?
That's when Mangeldal made a request of the carriage on the carriage driver.
A request?
Would you mind dropping this coat of mine off at the nearby pawn shop? In return, yes. What would you say to 10 guineas?
Holy shit.
Pawn shop? So did he mean... Yeah, that old man Hatch's pawn shop. The driver grabbed the 10 guineas and the coat and ran off. That's when Mangeldal let me out of the carriage and allowed me to escape, under a condition that I couldn't refuse. Condition?
Mangeldal's condition. What sort of condition did Mr. Mangeldal put on you, in return for allowing you to escape from the crime scene?
That I wouldn't tell anyone about what I seen or heard that night. And one more thing.
There was another one?
He said that was the most important one of all.
Look at that illustration. That's pretty nice.
I've just paid that driver to be my messenger. Did you see what I gave him from inside the carriage? He's taking your coat to be held at the pawn shop, right? Well, I guess that's right. I'd like you to take the claim ticket for that pawn item. The claim ticket? Me? In 2 months, I'll definitely be back to pick it up. Until then, you hold on to it, and you better not lose it. I won't. But on the off chance that I don't show, I'll need you to go to the pawn shop and extend the holding period. If you don't, it'll be counted as an unredeemed pawn item and sold. But I don't have that kind of money. There's £5 here. This should be enough. Now listen, don't cause a scene. If you don't obey my orders... I know. After that, let's see. In the next few days, the police will probably come for you. The police? Yeah, they'll want you to take the stand as a witness in the trial. Finally, I should probably give you a simple rundown of what to do when the time comes. What you should testify about, and what you shouldn't testify about.
Man, Mangeldal, you sneaky bastard.
Then I got away from there. He hid the claim ticket in a thicket near the crime scene. The next night, I went and got it. But Mangeldal
making a girl like her give false testimony. You're probably pretty angry, right? Because I told that big fat lie during your important trial. I'll make it so you won't even be able to live in the East End anymore. That's what I was told that night. By him.
That's terrible.
You know all about the streets in the East End, and that we children with no relatives gather and live together there. Then, Kosny Mangodal. He said it'd be easy for him to drive us out. If we couldn't live there anymore, we have no place to go. So, I had no choice. Thanks for telling us all this, Gina-san. But, you're angry, aren't you? Of course you are. That's what you think. Would you at least listen to this one's request? What? Would you sign the defense request for tomorrow's trial?
Huh?
Yeah. If you decide you don't want me to defend you, you're welcome to tear it up later. Either way, if I don't have one, I can't investigate the crime scene. Investigate? Actually, during last night's incident, Home-san was shot.
Huh? He's having major surgery right now.
But he's alright, isn't he? Holmes! He's fine, right? I want to investigate this case for Home-san's sake, too. Fine. I'll do it. You'll all be happy if you have my signature, right? Well, I guess so. Susato-san?
Yes, of course. I have it right here. The defense request, right?
I don't need defending, so... You keep telling yourself that, Gina, but you're grateful. I know you do. You are, deep down.
Jeannie, she looked pretty lonely, didn't she?
Gina's request. The defense's request Gina-san wrote for me. If I show this to the detective, I'll be able to investigate the crime scene. Anyway, with this, we should be able to investigate the crime scene.
When we're done investigating, let's come see Jeannie again.
I feel like we were finally able to get at Gina-san's true feelings. This request form she gave me, I bet no one else understands how heavy it is. We head for Hatch-san's shop, where Detective Gregson was waiting. Well, I didn't exactly expect the detective to welcome us. Of course not! To be continued, apparently. We are continuing. We have at least 10 more minutes into this video, so let's go ahead and start getting into the investigation portion of this. Not saving! In case the video comes out wrong. It's the same day, 1:26 p.m. at Hatch's pawn shop. How many videos have we done so far in the investigation? Is this like the 10th one? As soon as the carriage got us back to the crime scene, we wasted no time in shoving Gina-san's defense request in the detective's face. Detective Gregson, do you have a moment? What? Aren't you done here yet? Get on home and go to bed.
Hey, Gregson! Here, take this. It's a defense request, see?
Young lady! I should have known that if anyone could drag a signature from that wild mare, it'd be you! I, Gregson, have nothing but the deepest respect for you.
You've been working so hard, haven't you, Greggy-san? Here, have some of this refreshing herb tea.
I like her little tea holder thing. It's cute. Thermal thingy, whatever. Oh, how? Now how do you like that? My fatigue was just blown clean away. So then, you don't mind if we investigate the crime scene? As much as you like. The murder was committed behind that door over there. The shop's storeroom. That's the crime scene. Well, I better get back to my own investigation. In the back storeroom? To be honest, I'd like to wrap things up here as soon as possible. There are so many pawned items to look into that even if we were to investigate for 24 hours straight, there still would be no end in sight. Scotland Yard has a much more pressing case to be investigating. Must be that important case that Chief Magistrate Vortex was talking about. Something to do with Mango Doll, which I'm pretty sure is gonna connect to this anyway. Alright? So don't go interfering with our investigation.
Now then, let's get started right away.
Alright, what are we looking into first? I guess we're gonna look at this desk. Hello, there is another picture of that cat photo on the desk now, what? There's the shop ledger and some scribbled down memos. And this is... I'm not sure. There's a single small picture laid here carelessly.
Oh, this photo. There's something written on the back. Let me see, Susato-chan. (2:15, 10:30 p.m.) Article, Gentleman's Coat. Price, £1. Pickup date, 4:15 at 10:30 p.m.
A gentleman's coat. And for £1, it must have been a pretty impressive one. This might be...
The claim ticket for the coat that Jeannie picked up here yesterday.
Yeah, she was wearing it earlier, wasn't she? Mango Doll's coat, huh? There's a blood stain on here. I never would have thought that a claim check would be scribbled on the back of a photo.
It looks like he just grabbed a photo from nearby and used it as a claim ticket.
Anyway, this photo. I feel like I've seen it somewhere really recently. Yeah, exactly in this video.
Not just really recently. You just received it from Jeannie.
That's right. She gave me a photo then, didn't she?
What are you waiting for, Naruhodō-sama? Come now, take it out quickly.
Ugh, girls can be so impatient. Hey! Guys can take way too long.
Just as we thought. It's the same picture. I figured it out. That amazing secret between these two photos.
Secret? What is she talking about?
Please, tell us, Iris-sama. Should I?
I guess we better hear Iris-chan's explanation. The two photos secret. Now then, Iris-chan. About the photo on Hachi-san's desk and the photo we got from Gina-san. What sort of secret is hiding in these two identical photos?
That's not quite right.
What isn't?
These two photos, see, aren't identical.
Huh?
Take another good look at them. Aren't they just a tiny bit different?
I guess. Maybe they are? But what could that tiny difference mean?
Actually, see, these photos are two of a set.
What does that mean?
A two-part photo like this can be used in a stereoscope. They're super popular here in London right now.
Stereoscope. I feel like I've heard of that somewhere before. Like yesterday.
Ah, that's right. Yesterday, Home-sama showed us one of those. Look, that thing there.
Oh, you mean that device that you peer into, and it makes the photos look really intense.
Foo-foo-foo. The truth is, see? You can see a stereoscope even without one of those devices.
Really?
Do you know why a normal picture looks three-dimensional? No, I'm afraid not. Oh, well, I guess I have no choice. Let me tell you.
Iris-chan looks so happy. We're supposed to be investigating the murder, but I guess we could hear her out.
I can't wait to find out.
Oh boy, here comes Iris Corner time! The reason they look 3D.
By the way, Naruhodō-kun, do you know why the things we look at appear three-dimensional?
I don't know. I guess because they are three-dimensional, so it's only natural. I think it has something to do with the fact that we have two eyes.
The answer, see, is because we have two eyes.
Yep. Eyes? I mean, yeah, we have two, but...
If you try covering up one eye and look at something, I think you understand what I mean, but... When you look with your left eye, and when you look with your right eye, the way they see is actually just a bit different.
Yes, you're right. The spatial relations appear slightly different.
Your brain combines those differences and allows you to see objects in 3D.
Ah, I guess the brain is a pretty amazing thing.
Then could it be that in the case of these two photos, this is what you would see with the left eye, and this is what you would see with the right eye? Is that right? That's Susato-chan for you. You're quick. You're catch on quick.
So if our brains combine those two photos, we have a so-called stereoscopic view?
Oh, sounds like you get it too, Naruhodō-kun.
So that stereoscope uses machinery to imitate what our brains do, huh?
But see, as long as you have two photos, two eyes, and one brain, you can see a photo in 3D even without machinery.
You can? How to see a photo in 3D?
Now, let's try to use our naked eyes to see these two photos in 3D.
Or we just move the 3D slider on a 3DS, right?
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Susato-san likes this kind of thing, huh?
The most important step is to cross your eyes. Can you both do that?
Cross my eyes? I wonder if I can do it.
Ready? We're gonna try it now, okay? Like this.
Oh my god! We actually have this?
Alright, now I'll try. Here we go, Naruhodō-sama.
Our children are cross-eyeing!
Like this, right? Now it's your turn, Naruhodō-kun.
I congratulate them for crossing their eyes for as long as they have been.
Focus both your eyes on the tip of your nose.
There's something about being stared at while they're cross-eyed.
Well, that's enough practice. Now we'll try it for real. First, we'll gradually cross our eyes while looking at this first picture. It'll probably appear to be two separate pictures like this. Now you try, Naruhodō-kun.
I guess I have no choice but to try. This is the part where the player tries it themselves because 3D gimmicks. Because we're on a 3DS. Her.
Were you able to look at it with both your eyes crossed? Now this time, put two photos side by side and gradually cross your eyes. then they'll kind of separate like this. Until... the two separate photos form a single one in the middle. Naruhodō-sama! The combined picture in the center! I can see it in 3D!
Oh my god, Susato. Your eyes are still crossed, Susato-san.
Now you try, Naruhodō-kun! Ignore the photos in front of you and gradually cross your eyes. And adjust them so that the two photos converge into one in the center.
Like this? This is where you guys have to cross your eyes and imagine this working yourself. Because I can't do the 3D sliding function because it won't well, does it do anything? See, so I just turn on the slider. It's really weird how the 3DS works when you're like recording stuff, but when you turn on the slider, you'll notice that the footage actually goes to the right. But either way, you're supposed to do the actual cross-eye thing because turning on the 3D slider for this doesn't really do anything for you, so. This is such a silly gimmick.
Alright, well done! That was the fundamentals of stereosis. I'm not sure I'm not sure who it was who discovered this, but they must be been amazing. So, were you able to do it? Stereosis?
It was pretty tough to get the hang of.
Well, if there can be people who are good at it, I guess there can be people who aren't so good at it. The people who aren't good at it can use a device like this one. Oh, that's... I believe there was one of those here yesterday as well, wasn't there? If you lift this little latch... and then slide the two photos in here...
I guess even if you know how it works, stereoscopes are still pretty mysterious things.
Stereoscopes are really popular throughout London right now, so... I bet most households own at least one.
But with such a handy device, there was no need to glare at those photos cross-eyed earlier, was there?
Come now, isn't there something moving about trying it with your own eyes?
Stereosis, huh? Now that I've learned about it, I hope it'll come in handy sometime. I'm pretty sure it will be. White cat picture number 2, a picture of a cute white cat. I feel like I've already have a very similar photo. Sure did. Okay, now we go and start examining around here before we go into the back room. Let's look at this calendar that has been attacked with blood. Look at this.
This is a bullet hole? This is a bullet hole, isn't it? You can see the bullet still stuck inside.
Obviously, this didn't happen while Hatch-san was practicing with his gun in his spare time. Yeah, that calendar was perfectly normal before that happened.
Oh, come to think of it, apparently Holmes-sama practices his marksmanship indoors.
Huh?
It was written in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Right, Iris-sama? I feel like I may have written that half jokingly. Joking, you say? Even Holmesy only does it once in a while, 'cause it's dangerous.
Even once is plenty dangerous.
More importantly, Naruhodō-kun, take a good look at that bullet hole.
Could this be blood? There's a dark red stain across the calendar.
Alright, looks like my turn has come at last.
Eh?
Don't you get a little excited when you see blood, Naruhodō-kun?
No? Are you trying to get me to agree?
I'm the sort who is repulsed by the sight of blood. Yep, that means that blood elicits different reactions from different people, doesn't it?
Is that what it means?
That's where this comes in.
What is that dangerous-looking thing?
I haven't thought of a name for it yet, but as soon as I use it, you'll understand right away. Watch closely now.
The blood just changed color.
See? Do you pretty much get it now?
It's a blood identifier? Yeah, I feel like I basically get it.
Oh, that means that blood differs based on the person it belongs to, doesn't it?
It sure does.
This chemical reacts to the components in a person's blood and changes color. So if you look at the color it turns, you'll know right away who the blood belongs to.
If we find a match.
Wow, that sounds like a chemical straight out of a dream. Right? It's the stuff of dreams.
So, whose blood is this then? Of course we're not gonna get that.
This chemical only detects colors. We need to find someone else whose blood produces a reaction of the same color, and then we'll know right away.
Of course. I wonder if you can really call that right away.
Now, since we've gone to the trouble of finding the sample, let's make sure to record it in the court record.
Blood distinction sample. A blood sample taken with Home-san's custom-made chemicals. Reacts by turning a different color depending on whose blood it is.
Well, since we've got the chance, let's make a record if we find any more blood. I wish you wouldn't keep talking about what a rare chance this is.
Alright, let's go ahead and examine the storeroom.
On the other side of this door, Reggie-san said that was the shop's storeroom, right?
Last night, I looked through the small window in that door and I saw... Hatch-san, who had been shot, and Gina-san, unconscious at his side.
As the ones in charge of her defense, we have the right to investigate the crime scene. Surely we can walk right in.
Yes, let's have a good look around. On the other side of that door is the crime scene, huh?
All right, let's pick up every clue we see.
Iris is ready to go. Well, I gotta go in first. Or do I have to, like... Oh, I guess I have to go this way. Okay. I thought I had to go through the door. Shrugs. Wow. Oh, shit. There's still other stuff I need to look at. God damn it. There's still more stuff I have to look at outside. Script. Same day, unspecified time, Hatch's shop, storeroom. Iris-chan. She went so quiet all of a sudden.
It's only natural, after all. Hatch-sama's life was taken here last night.
Wait, detective! Where are you going in a rush? What do you want, Rotten Blackie the exchange student? Great, now we're rotten too. No, please don't run away when you see us. Please, as if Scotland Yard detective would run from a mere defense attorney. It's just dumb. I've never seen the young lady make a face like that. I was just a little nervous about what I should say to her. What a bizarre thing to say with your chest puffed out so proudly.
Iris-sama is keeping a lot of pain in that little heart of hers. Please, say something kind to her, Detective.
Oh boy. What are you gonna say? Him. Why the long face, little lady? There's nothing to be sad about. After all, at least you're not the one who died. It looks like that was the wrong thing to say. Ah! Anyway, I'm in the middle of an investigation here. I appreciate if you wouldn't get in my way.
Now then, let us begin our investigation.
Yeah, let's. I believe there are a few questions we should ask that major failure of a detective, too.
Holmesy.
Come to think of it, I wonder how his surgery is going. I guess that means we can go back to the hospital at some point. Anyway, I missed some details out in the pawn shop itself, so we're gonna hit that in the next video when we get to it. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys then.